It's Canadian Thanksgiving today, so I'm going to be featuring an amazing Canadian band and revisiting one of their awesome box sets. Come and have a look. Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you had a great morning this morning. It is Monday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Been a couple of days since I shared coffee with you guys. So welcome back to my channel. I just decided to take a couple of days off just to kind of step back and take a bit of a breather. I was going pretty hard on videos, working 8 hours a day trying to prepare videos for the next day or that day and type of thing. It was just becoming work. And I don't want this channel to become work. I want it to become fun and remain fun. So that's what I plan on doing. Plus, I'm going to make a couple of changes. Rather than pulling 10 or 20 albums out, I'm going to reflect on an album of the day. So pick an album, talk about it, review it, or whether I like it or not type of thing. And do that. Also take a box set that I haven't listened to in quite a while and do a box set of the day type of thing. So that's my plan for the future. And today being Canadian Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I know we're earlier than a lot of other countries, but also, and with the news of the members of Rush, Alex and Geddy Lee, deciding to go back on tour again with a new drummer in Anika Nilles. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name. That's why I start off my new channel in that direction. So I think it's a great way to start. If you notice, there's a blank spot on my wall because I pulled this fantastic debut album out from one of my favorite Canadian bands, also an amazing international band as well. And this is their debut was one of my favorite albums, also by Rush. I think it's fantastic. Yes, Geddy and Alex decided to go on tour and recruit a new drummer in Anika Nilles. I got to call her Nilles. It may be right or not. I'm not sure. For their upcoming live tours. She is a German drummer, composer, and musical educator. She launched her career on YouTube in the early 2010s. She's released 3 full-length albums to date, which I didn't know. That's awesome. All with her backing band called Neville. You've got Pickalair for a Colorful Soul and False Truth. From what I've heard and read, she's a beast of a drummer, so I think she'll fit right in. I think Alex and Geddy, I think they've honored Neil's memory in taking the time to not immediately go back on tour. I think they did it right. Even though they were both busy, I mean, they've played every day apparently musically. They've written music musically together. In Alex, he has a side project called Envy of None, which I've got one of their albums. It's fantastic. I've yet to get their second one. Completely different than Rush. I know Geddy's been busy as well. So it's cool that they decided to go back on tour to, I think, give the fans what they've been asking for forever. What pees me off about not the tour, but the idiots out there, mostly males, I'm pretty sure males, having an issue with Anika being a female. It's just stupid. It's the same thing in the gaming industry. When you have a female protagonist, everyone freaks out. All the stupid males freak out over it. Who cares? You're either listening to music to enjoy it or playing a game to enjoy it. And who cares if she's a female or a male? I mean, there's a ton of great female drummers out there. I can't think of any right off the bat. I'm thinking of Prince. Didn't Prince have a fantastic female drummer also? But who cares? Why do these idiots think this way? Anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go on this rant. I could go further, but I just think it's ridiculous. Anyway, getting back to the box set. Um, this includes the original album, which was released in 1974 in Canada on Moon Records, and then which is the group's own label, and then they released it internationally on Mercury Records. This happens to be a 2014 remaster of this album, and it sounds amazing. It really sounds amazing. The members of Rush at the time, Geddy Lee on bass, Alex Lifeson on guitar, and John Rutsey on drums. Yes, he's the original, one of the original drummers. He's not the original drummer, but he was kind of the leader of the band when these three were together. They were fans of Led Zeppelin and Cream and Yes, and you can hear influences off of this album on most of the songs. There's John Rutsey in the middle. Of course, you've got Alex and Geddy. An amazing album. Completely different than anything that else they put out. It's a rock album. Very Zeppelin-like, very Cream-like. Hard and heavy, fast, great lead work. This is our first introduction to Geddy's vocals, which fit right in, I think, on these tracks. John Rutsey is a beast of a drummer, or was a beast of a drummer. He couldn't. They made the album, but he was very ill with diabetes, and he couldn't go on tour. So he announced this after they released this album. They had to go on tour to make sure the album got its due. So they were in need of a drummer, and they found Neil Peart, and of course the rest is history. There was a couple more members before that, but Neil became the staple of the band, and these three, Alex and Geddy and Neil, the lineup never changed for the rest of their career, which was fantastic. So you got Fine in My Way, starting off the album. Amazing stuff. Need Some Love. Take a Friend. Here Again. Side 1 is fantastic. Side 2 is even better. In What You're Doing. In the Mood, which became a big radio hit. Before and After, and the beast of a song, Working Man. If you don't think Alex Lifeson can play guitar, check out Working Man. Also, check out a later video when he was in his late 50s, maybe, of Working Man in concert. Tell me he can't play guitar. So it opens up like this, and inside you've got kind of a master's list of all the songs, some notes in here as well. Sometimes there's a date stamp on here of September 8th, 1980, it looks like. But even though the album came out in 74, why is there a timestamp on here of the 80s? I don't know. I don't understand that one. Anyway, cool stuff. And then you've got the album itself with that famous logo, same as the back of the box set. Poly sleeves, and then I love that they honored the Moon label on there as well. 180 gram vinyl. It sounds amazing, by the way. Sounds so good. I had this on CD as well, but I traded the CD in. But yeah, this is so good. Remastered at where did this? I thought it said here where it was said it was remastered. It doesn't tell me on here. But and then you have a family tree showing all the original band members. So way back in '65, they were called the Guild, with John Rutsey and then three other members, Wayne Bolger, Leo Smits, and Steve Behringer. '67 they became the Summer Wind with Wayne Bulger, Leo Smits, Peggy Smits, Steve Berenger, and John Rutsey. '68 they became the Lost Cause. This is the first introduction with Alex Lifeson in here, or Alex Yukovich. And again, I probably butchered his last name. Alan Grandi, Gary Doc Cooper, and John Rutsey. And then in '68, again, they became the Protection. Alex Lifeson, or Yakovich, Alan Grundy, Gary Doc Cooper, John Rutsey, and Bill Fitzgerald. And then they became Rush with the original lead singer Jeff Jones. Of course, you got Alex and John on here, John Rutsey. And then September 15th, '68, Gary Lee Weinrib shows up, or Geddy Lee. It's actually Geddy. His mother, I think, nicknamed him Geddy, or everyone else did, but his original name is Gary Lee Weinrib. That's when they became Rush. And then in '69 they added a female singer, Linda Young. And then for one show you had Alex John Perna, John Rutsey, and Linda Young. And then Ogilvy with Rush, Sammy Rowe, and Xavier Sam Dangler. And then Hardrian for two shows, Alex Joe Perner, John Rutsey, and Bob Volpney. And then Judd with Geddy, Sam Rohr, Xavier Sam Derringer, and Linda Young. And then Wild Woodpecker Review. They went through a lot before they became Rush. Alex, John Rutsey, Geddy, Sammy Rohr, Ian Grandy, and Steve Stove Moffat. And then in '70, again, the original lineup again with John Rutsey, Alex, and Geddy. And then in '71, they added Michael Mitch Bossy. And then in '72, John Rutsey was briefly replaced by Gary Fielding in the fall of 1973. And then in '74, the most famous lineup of Alex, Geddy, and Neil Peart. So it's a cool family tree. Really cool stuff. And then you've got little posters here. There's Alex and John Rutsey. Great drummer, by the way. He doesn't get the due. And then Geddy Lee. Or Gary Lee Weinrib. Cool poster, just like the back of the album. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, great way to spend Canadian Thanksgiving, holiday Monday. Nothing's open today, so going to be spending it listening to this album, of course, and a couple of more Rush albums, or maybe get some Triumph out and other Canadian bands, but it's going to be a Canadian kind of day. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate your patience for me being off for a couple of days, and look for more videos in the future with albums of the day and revisiting some box sets. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Love you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.